Tonight, Global News goes undercover. Armed with a hidden camera, we set out to reveal risks on the job.
In Dying for Work, reporter Jill Croteau spent the last several months investigating hazards on the job. The intention of the investigation not to target one specific company, but rather expose what some call is an epidemic in the entire industry. That's why we've chosen to hide the identities of those caught on tape.
Some of the things our cameras found, like not using a safety harness above specific heights, not securing ladders, even having people die on your job site, are not enough to have some companies fined or shut down.
If only. Chances are those two words haunt practically every employer when someone gets killed on their watch. If only I hadn't rushed to get the job done. If only I'd been more aggressive with safety. But those thoughts don't erase the past. The guilt, regrets don't change the reality of what's going on inside a lot of workplaces. Safety is being compromised because pressures to get it done are overwhelming.
I think maybe some of the surprising parts were the fact that how aware these people are that they're doing things they shouldn't.
Specializing in risk management, it's his job to make companies aware of workplace hazards. It's also his passion, which is why Mike Clausen agrees to go undercover, getting jobs in construction, manufacturing, working as an insider to expose the kinds of dangers he sees every day.
Feel safe up there?
Oh yeah, I haven't fallen yet.
You got on the time left?
Nope. Oh, it take too much time.
What should they do? I don't know. You're above the 10 feet, aren't you?
That's right. There's no other way to do it. That's the only way.
That's the only way? Oh, you're not worried about that ladder going through the window?
Oh no, that's the least of my worries right now.
Don't you ever worry about falling?
All the time.
I mean, you don't even have your both cleats down on the ladder. It's not tied off.
No. I mean, I'll tell you, I haven't fallen once, so.
Well, yeah, but you only got to fall once to get killed, right?
Very true, very true. Actually, usually I have a partner who's here with me, but...
So is he going to catch you?
No. No, right now, I guess I'm taking a little bit of a rest.
Some jobs require a safety orientation meeting before they put you to work. It's designed to acquaint new employees about the rules. But remember, for most workers, they're learning this stuff and hearing it for the very first time.
Accident reports and statements need to be filled out in WCB forms. Report any injury immediately to first aid site supervisor or safety officer. Fire extinguishers are to be used around welding, construction heaters, open flames, general work areas.
That's how absurd our safety programs are becoming. It's a speed reading course for these people. Get things done as fast as you can. Get those guys out on the floor.
And then on the bottom it says, I have completed the orientation. Sign it, and then you're good to go.
At another job out on the floor, Mike sees this.
This gentleman was using a grinder, again with no guard on it. He's wearing no gloves, no coveralls, no glasses, no face shield.
Just a quick walk around, he realizes none of the grinders have a guard.
You ever seen one of those come apart?
Yeah. They're spinning at, most of them are 10,000 RPM or higher, and if they do come apart, they're like projectiles. And we had a case in the city 5-6 years ago where a guy was killed, hit him right in the jugular and killed him instantly.
When confronted, the shop foreman acknowledges the problems, admitting being busy is suddenly an excuse to cut corners on safety.
I find there's a lot of things here that I'm real not comfortable with. You know, no control zones when the cranes are running. You realize that small forklift has virtually no brakes?
There are lots of safety issues. There's never been a safety issue. This company has kind of doubled in size basically since I started.
Ownership giving you the resources to look after that stuff? Or?
Not at this point. I think it's just because it's grown too much. Very little that's been done. Obviously, I mean, safety is a huge priority, but of course there's also the priority of getting the work done.
So here's part of the problem. The government's own set of safety standards is based on something called a Certificate of Recognition, or COR. It's kind of like a seal of approval, telling companies they're playing by all the rules, doing a good job. Now, this is a valuable thing for companies to have. They are subject to financial incentives for signing on. In some cases, they can't even bid on contracts without it. But our investigation reveals that one company that has a number of fatalities on their record has never lost their certificate.
I would have to check that.
But I mean,
yeah.
Do you think that that's appropriate? Like, what do you think of
Well,
that?
normally, you know, to me, no, it's not. That's right. If I guess if they've got an ideal record, and all of a sudden there's a blip in their particular record, you know, is it a reason to punish somebody or do those kinds of things if they're willing to correct if there's anything that's identified that's created those kinds of things, then I would say, you know, they're probably entitled to maintain their COR.
In fact, even if you have a fatality, your certificate is never automatically revoked. A company maintains their COR during an investigation. Last year alone, 27 businesses were told to get an external audit in order to keep their certificate. Only 3 failed to be recertified.
We're always looking for some magic bullet. There's always some frustrations, you know, because we see the same things happening over and over and over again.
Jill Croteau, Global News.
So far this year, 145 people have died on the job across this province. Tens of thousands are injured at the workplace. Tomorrow night, a closer look at that human cost of cutting corners on safety.